In the affluent enclave of Beverly Hills, a chilling crime unfolded on August 20th, 1989, that would captivate a nation. José and Kitty Menendez, a wealthy entertainment executive, and his wife were brutally murdered in their luxurious home. The initial investigation pointed to an outside intruder, but the truth, as it often does, lay much closer to home. Their sons, Lyle and Erik Menendez, then 21 and 18, were the ones who discovered their parents' bodies. Their initial display of grief, however, soon gave way to suspicion, as their lavish spending habits post-tragedy raised eyebrows. The brothers quickly became the prime suspects in a case that would expose the dark underbelly of a seemingly perfect family. The prosecution painted a picture of cold-blooded ambition. They argued that Lyle and Erik, driven by an insatiable desire for their parents' multi-million-dollar inheritance, meticulously planned and executed the murders. They highlighted the brothers' extravagant purchases in the months following the killings, luxury cars, expensive watches, and lavish vacations as evidence of their motive. The narrative was clear. Two spoiled, greedy sons killed their parents for money. However, the defense presented a starkly different and deeply disturbing account. Their argument centered on years of alleged physical, emotional, and sexual abuse at the hands of their father, José, with their mother, Kitty, being complicit. The defense claimed the brothers acted out of fear, believing their lives were in danger and that the murders were a desperate act of self-preservation. They described a household riddled with psychological torment, where the boys lived in constant terror. The trials were a media circus, broadcast live, turning Lyle and Erik into household names. The public was divided, grappling with the conflicting narratives. Could these seemingly privileged young men truly be victims of such horrific abuse? Or were they cunning manipulators fabricating a defense to escape justice? The first trials, held in 1993, resulted in hung juries, with jurors unable to agree on the brothers' guilt or innocence. The emotional testimony, particularly Erik's tearful confession of abuse, deeply impacted many. The legal system, however, demanded a resolution. A second trial commenced in 1995, this time without cameras in the courtroom. The prosecution intensified its focus on the financial motive, while the defense continued to emphasize the abuse. The legal battle was fierce, with both sides presenting compelling, yet contradictory, evidence. Finally, in 1996, after years of legal wrangling and public scrutiny, Lyle and Erik Menendez were convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder. The jury rejected the defense's abuse claims as a justification for the killings. They were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, a fate they continue to serve to this day. The Menendez Brothers case remains one of the most infamous true crime stories in American history. It sparked widespread debate about the nature of justice, the impact of abuse, and the complexities of family dynamics. Was it a case of pure greed, or a tragic consequence of prolonged suffering? The answers remain elusive, leaving a haunting legacy that continues to fascinate and disturb.